Hello everyone, welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. We're going to get right into the 7-day soulmate reading for Cancer. Take a look and see what you and another person that you have a soulmate or a love connection with are going to be going through over the next 7 days. Where your heads are at, where your hearts are at, what you desire. So let's see what's going on for Cancer. Show me. Today is Saturday, June 19th, so it's going to be for the next 7 days to next Saturday. Cancer coming out with the Ace of Cups. Nice. 7 of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. Ooh. And your person is coming out with 5 of Wands, the Moon, Temperance, and Star. Bottom of the deck, Cancer, we have the 7 of Swords, the card for treachery in the tarot. Treachery, it can also be the card for futility, right? Treachery is futile, but you know, there's the tarot, so the cards have so many meanings. It really depends. It can also be futility, right? The story of the tortoise and the hare, you know, when you're not willing to put the effort in, when you're not willing to put the work in, you think it's easy, right? Or you want to take the easy way and you don't succeed, right? All right, I'm going to come back to that. Cancer, what is going on? We've got some I want to say some challenging cards here, but let's get right into it. Ace of Cups for you and 5 of Wands for your person. Well, Cancer, you're in love, right? You're 100% in love. There's a new love in here for you. The potentiality, right, is there. And that's what you're feeling this week. This is what you're resonating with, just the beginning of just an outpouring, a connection, a love connection. Your person is resonating with 5 of Wands. Now, 5 of Wands is a battle of wills. It's a power struggle. It's being competitive. And that's where they're at. They're coming in the week feeling like that. They may be in the middle of a power struggle in some area of their life. Because these cards, the first cards, I pull those cards to see how you are coming into the week on your own and your person. And sometimes they speak to the love connection, and sometimes they speak to what someone is going through just individually. And your person is going through something this week, right? 5 of Wands is bickering, it's arguing. They feel like that. They feel antagonized. They feel like they're, and they may be antagonizing someone else. It's a tete-a-tete. It's a back and forth that they're going through. Now, how do you see each other? You see them going through this because you see them as a 7 of Wands, which is very much holding their own. You see that they're struggling this week and that they're really having to battle a lot of influences or energies coming in from the outside. They're having to be very creative with the way they're kind of standing their ground. So you see them as a 7 of Wands. You see them as someone who's very courageous, someone who's very brave. So I think that you're very aware of what they're going through. And I do believe that this 5 of Wands has nothing to do with your relationship. I think it's just something to do with what they're going through this week. Now, they see you as the Moon. So they see you as someone that they don't quite understand just yet, right? They don't quite understand what is going on here. There's a feeling for them that they don't really understand you or see you very well. It's elusive. You're very elusive to them. And just in general, there's a feeling of not having all the information. The Moon is very sort of, the Moon energy, it's a psychic energy. It's a sort of making your way through the shadows energy. It is not having all the information. It's a challenge, right? And so it's a very, how shall I put it? It's certainly for them to be seeing you as the Moon, as embodying this energy. They may be feeling a little bit like they're out of their league, or they don't know how to move forward, right, with you. They're not sure where your head is at. They're not sure, how you feel about them necessarily, right? They're going through this power struggle. So it could be that this week you may need to do some communicating, right? What do you guys desire? You desire Four of Wands and they desire temperance in this relationship. So now this is to do with the relationship. So for you, you want a moment. There's love here, but you may be needing a moment to figure out how you want to move forward, Cancer. Because just because you're in love doesn't mean, or just because you have Ace of Cups doesn't mean you're like full steam ahead. You're wanting to be very cautious. You're wanting to be sort of almost strategic right now and figure out, okay, what is the best move ahead, especially if you see that your person is going through this power dynamic here. So things aren't sort of smooth sailing. Love is there, but what you want right now in this relationship, Four of Swords, is, you know, it's also the card for truce. So really a kind of a moment, right? Probably a moment to take a breath and to see, okay, where do we want to go with this? Where, you know, where do I want to go with this, right? I don't want to ruin something before it gets started, right? You know, there's a foundation here, there's love here, but let's be careful. Something is telling you this. And if something is making you desire this, now they desire temperance. Interesting. They're desiring the ability to stay strong, to stay focused. They don't want to, you know, they're really wanting to not be sort of influenced, swayed, or moved by outside influences, right? Like this Five of Wands. Whoever this Five of Wands or whatever the situation is in their life that they're having this power struggle in, what they really are desiring is to sort of take hold of themselves, right? And be able to be steady. That's what temperance is all about. Being steady, being focused, being in touch with your feelings, and not letting the chaos of the outside world push you in any way or the other, right? So that you remain who you are despite all of the energies going around you. So I feel like it is a challenging week. And it's a challenging week for this love connection, Cancer, because all of these energies are impacting this. And whereas you do have Ace of Cups, a new love coming in, it could also be that this Ace of Cups, this love that you're feeling, this overwhelming love, again, this is your individual card. This could be a new love coming in for you, Cancer. Okay? It may not be associated with this person. And this may be another reason why you're pulling away with this Four of Swords. You're wanting to sort of pull back and make a decision, because Ace of Cups is definitely new. It's a new opportunity that comes in. And although this connection, we're reading about this connection, this person is going through a lot. And this Five of Wands could be also, now for those of you who, you know, are experiencing a new person coming in, this Five of Wands could very well be your person competing with them, okay? In which case it will be very much about this situation, right? So for some of you, you may be dealing with somebody who's dealing with a power struggle that has nothing to do with you, but for some of you Cancers, this is a tricky situation, right? Because for some of you Cancers, you're going to be pulling away not because of what's going on with your person outside, but because of what's going on with you, in a sense that this Ace of Cups is coming in and a new connection may have come in for you. Now I'm starting to, you know, as I move ahead with the Three of Swords, I'm starting to feel like it's more of that. But I think that part of what has opened up the door for a new connection is that I'm feeling like this person you're dealing with, Cancer, generally has power struggles and dynamic issues, right? Power dynamic issues. And although you see them as somebody who's very courageous, it could be that they just generally bring this kind of energy toward them, right? And so in any case, you know, it may be that this time you have not moved on, but it could be that you have moved on, or certainly not moved on, but someone else has come in. And part of you is kind of starting to say, Four of Swords, pull back. Let me really think about what I want. Because you've kind of, you know, this person has been very challenging. Especially they see you as the moon. So they can't read you very easily. And they may be feeling a lot of times like this is a big test for them. What needs to happen? Well, as we move ahead, we have Three of Swords, which is betrayal, right? It's betrayal, and it's interesting that that will come up in this position. It can very well be that this betrayal is inevitable to happen if this Ace of Cups comes forward. Again, you can sort of make a betrayal. It doesn't have to be a betrayal if you do what you need to do here with Four of Swords and really pull back and handle this situation the right way. But Three of Swords is it's on deck to come in, and it could just be like talking to the inevitability of it all, right? This new love, this Ace of Cups, this outpouring, because you certainly are in love. There is something coming in this week that is making you just be like, wow, right? Whoever that is, whether that is, and I'm starting to feel like it's got to be someone else coming in, although you have this strong connection, because this betrayal is there. Three of Swords energy. It's just there, right? So it may be inevitable. If you're in love with somebody else, you can't help it, right? There's nothing you can do about it. So there, and again, watch out, because Four of Swords is coming in to let you know that there is a right way to do this so that not everybody is totally devastated, right? Star comes in for your person. What needs to happen for them? They really just need to be way more in touch with their emotions and their feelings and put much more effort into going after what they want rather than being caught up in these struggles here, these power dynamics here. More of an honesty and certainly a real sort of, I want to say, you have to feed your dreams. Star is all about feeding your dreams, feeding the ground and feeding your environment so that you can manifest your dreams. You can't it's not just about dreaming it, right? Wishing on a star. In order to make these dreams we have for ourselves and our lives possible, there has to be a constant fertilizing and feeding and watering of those dreams and active energy put in. And so your person really needs to do that if they want to, if they want this connection with you, right? If they want this love connection to move forward. Again, there's this struggle here. Let me get some clarity. I want a clarity on that Ace of Cups. Is this someone new coming in for Cancer, right? Even though this is a soulmate reading, it's a connection with the person you're with right now, certainly the person in your life right now that you're having to pull away from. Give me clarity on that Ace of Cups. Wow, Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's over. It's a new person coming in. Ten of Swords. So you've had enough, right? You've had enough of what you're dealing with now with your current individual. Ace of Cups is definitely a new person coming in. Ten of Swords, it's the end, right? It's the end of a period of struggling. It's the end of a period of strife, arguing, bickering, having your feelings hurt, right? Yeah, you see them as really very much standing their ground, but I feel like Cancer, you are dealing with somebody that you're having to let down. You don't know how to let them down, right? So you're going to have to, but you want to be able to do that. You desire Four of Swords. You desire a truce. You desire to be able to break up and still be friends or have, like I say, a truce, right? But it is inevitable that someone's going to be hurt with that Three of Swords. Show me some clarity on, what did I want to get clarity? I want to get clarity on that Five of Wands. Show me clarity on that Five of Wands. For your person, for Cancer's person, show me. Ace of Cups, damn. Yeah, there you go. There's your clarity, all right? You've got somebody new coming in, and they're trying to vie for it, right? And there's probably a lot of bickering, arguing, going back and forth between the two of you also. If they know somebody new is coming in, they definitely feel like they have to compete, right? You two may be starting to argue. Wow. Interesting, very interesting. I want to pull another card for that Three of Swords. Show me a clarity on that Three of Swords. Cancer. And then watch out for treachery, Seven of Swords, because they may, there's some treachery involved here too, because if you're dealing with somebody who's just not willing to let go, or who's not willing to, because that Seven of Wands, they're not willing to let go. They're standing their ground, right? Show me Three of Swords. Yep, and there's your Four of Swords. So there you go. Okay? That's how it always goes with my clarifiers. I always get some of the same cards coming out. We have Four of Swords doubled up, Ace of Wands doubled up. So Four of Swords clarifying Three of Swords, yes. your person is inevitably going to feel betrayed, right? There's an inevitable betrayal coming in because a new love is coming in for you, Cancer. But a truce is possible. A truce is possible, Four of Swords. Okay, you can handle this in such a way so that the betrayal isn't so deep, right? Wow. You can't help who you love, Cancer. You know, you can't help it. And again, I'm going to say that probably the door was opened for a new love to come in because of all the fighting and bickering anyway. You know, I get a sense that this person wants to be, they desperately desire to have control of themselves, but I'm not sure that they do have control of themselves, you know? Show me 2 cards for this little soulmate connection. Show me Spirit of Gold and Spirit of the Witch. All right, there you go. So windfall, wealth status. There's issues of money coming in this week. Spirit of Gold also can just be, you know, sometimes some things are just precious, right? And they're worth sort of protecting. All right, but Spirit of Gold, definitely, there's some aspect of this coming in this week that may impact your connection, your decisions. And Spirit of the Witch, magic, psychic, sorcery. So there may be some omens. I think, you know, there definitely may be sort of some, in a sense, Spirit of the Witch. I have this feeling more that, you know, right, sorcery and psychic in the sense that you know what you need to do, right? You know what magic you need to employ. You know what energies you need to employ. There could be also messages coming your way, right? You may be feeling a little bit more in touch with your intuition this week, and therefore feeling much more sort of psychic in that sense, all right? But magic does abound because despite the fact that you're going through this kind of thing with this current connection, Ace of Cups is in, love is coming in. All right, guys, I want to leave it at that, Cancer. Thank you so much for checking out this reading. I hope you got some clarity out of it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the video. But for right now, Cancer, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in your next Love Outlook. Bye-bye now.